wrote this, so whether I'm reading it or not, when I do read it, it's coming from our hearts. So I'm going to start by telling you, in terms of context, Anne, Sylvia, and I are celebrating 50 years of a story. We wrote the story. And I'm playing on that idea because why are you guys here? I mean, we could have done this a lot of different ways because you are important characters in our story. And we were recently at a celebration of life, and they had a nature photo with hills and mountains and what have you, and it said, "Life is a story, write it well." And so this is all about the story we wrote, and I guess I'm going to say something about the people sitting around the table here because you are important characters in our story. I'll start with the way I wrote it, and then I'll get to you individually. Well, there's got to be a reason you're here. It wasn't we didn't pick your names out of a hat. You are the ones we wanted to be with. The year 2019 marks 50 years since Sylvia / Anne and I got married in Staines, England, at St. Peter's Church. In 1969, the church was celebrating its 75th anniversary as we began our first year of marriage. My best man was Mike Meredith, and Sylvia's matron of honor was Stephanie Meredith. We had lunch with Stephanie about 10 days ago. Sadly, Mike died in 2001. There was a buddy from grade 9 who found himself in England on holiday, and we conscripted him to be our usher. So Stu Purdon, who some of you have met, certainly Philip and Gladys have met, and Cheryl has met many times. I talked to him a few days ago, and we went over the fact that we were celebrating our 50th. Today, August 24th, marks the actual day we were married. It was on that day in 1969 that we began to write a story that would help define us as a couple. Who better to have us to celebrate this tale of a half-century of togetherness than 10 people who are an important part of our story. And as I alluded to a couple of minutes ago, during the past year, we did consider a lot of different options on how to celebrate our 50th, but nothing seemed more appropriate than celebrating it with you. So, now that you have some idea of why we're here and who of this gathering, I want to comment briefly on a few ways that you have impacted our life and in interesting ways continue